Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.
Welcome to the 2023 Schools Intellectual National Carnival ChutneySoca Monarch Prize Distribution. This morning, we are here to honor our competitors who will have placed in the different categories, as well as to distribute the prizes. Before we begin today's proceedings, let us all stand and we shall observe 1 minute of silence in observance of the death of one of our competitors, Aditya C. Prasad. His mom died yesterday and he's unable to collect his prize this morning, or 9th place winner in the secondary school competition. Let's observe 1 minute of silence. Thank you. And let's keep standing for the best national anthem in the world, the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago.
Forged from the love of liberty in the voice of hope and pride, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, island high the blue Caribbean sea, this unnative land, we pledge our lives to thee. Every quiver is burning in one place, and may God bless our nation. Every quiver is burning in one place, and may God bless our nation.
And let's keep standing as we bow our heads in prayer and recite the prayer of serenity. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Keisha King. I am a cultural aficionado, and I shall be taking you through your paces in this morning's program. First of all, we would like to acknowledge our head table, President of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai. President of the Intellectual Property Rights of Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Organization, Mr. Aston Isaac. Coordinator of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Wendell Eversley. Curriculum Coordinator for the Visual and Performing Arts, representing the Ministry of Education, Ms. Marceline Peters. Let's give them a round of applause, please. How can I forget the most important person in the room? Chairman of the National Carnival Commission, Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters. Mr. Peters, I know we always save the best for last. So at this time, I wish to welcome the President of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I wouldn't make that mistake again. Mr. Chairman, first and foremost. Mr. Peters, all protocol observed. You heard all of us who are on the head table there. But I will have to call Mr. Peters' name because he's the most important man here. Okay. I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First, I know you're extremely busy, and taking time off to be here with us is sentiment to something that he has done in the past. It's not to say this is the first. I want to say whenever we ask him to attend our functions and he has the time and in the country, he will be here. So I also want to apologize for the extremely late distribution of this prize-giving function. As you know, I'm also involved with the TASA, and we had that just about a few days before school closed. But this one is a bit stretching it too far. So we want to apologize this year. And I want to make a promise that as from next year, these prize giving will have to happen before school closes. So even though it's the last week or so, and that's one of the things I mentioned to the chairman about this, and he has agreed that we should have these things while school, at least if before they close, but at least not later than the week before they close. So we'll have the schools attending, etc., because we normally have a vibrant prize giving. It's the first time I see children don't want money. But the thing is, it is something that we want the schools to be part of in the future. So we will have, while you're coming to, in the competition, you bring a lot of supporters. So for the prize giving too, we think that there should be some supporters with you. So we want to plan this in the time of school. So this will be our last year. We're doing it outside of school year. Okay, so we want to make this clear from this year. Thank you very much for that observation in terms of nobody complained to us about it. It's just that everybody has things to do when school closes. As a matter of fact, they plan their holidays long before school closes. So we don't want to fall in that trap of not having you here. And then, of course, this year being a historical year because it's the first time we're having a brother and sister winning the competition in the both categories. You need to give them a round of applause. They will come up here to receive their award shortly, brother and sister. Never happened before, and I'm not sure if it happened even in a Calypso competition or any other field of junior level. First of all, let me say thank you all again for being here. Sorry about the bad weather, sorry about the late start. But this competition, and I don't know if the chairman remembered, we had one of these prize-giving functions right here, and the room was set differently. We had tables over there. And he had mentioned to us and announced at that event that his interest is the creative aspect of lyrical content of the competition, we started this simply because of the lack of the senior level of the lyrical content. And I'm also pleased to see in the audience here one of our past icon, well, not past icon of this, well, no, let me just say past icon, say icon, right? Where? See his mom here. Oh, he's in the back there, right? So you'll be hearing from him shortly, Aaron Duncan, in a minute. He is a recipient of receiving these awards. And, you know, the thing, the impetus of this competition is really to get the schools, through the children, to create good lyrical content for the art form. The art form is a beautiful art form. The rhythms, the music, and everything is great. But I must say, and I say it all the time, that somehow or the other, the senior level has always sort of sang songs which needs a lot more improvement lyrically. Now, it may be good for a party, but it's not really good for a national competition of any kind, that we need to have this happen like we have Stalin, you know, like we have Bob Marley. These are icons that anytime, anywhere in the world, parents present, children present, anybody, at any function, you can close your eye and punch in any one of their songs, and you know it will be well received and has some value, it has some information. Also, our chairman, I must say, in his other cap as a calypsonian and extempo artist, but he also has made some very good, I mean, serious songs where he got criticized for Black Boy and all this sort of stuff. I mean, you know, but it has value, it has educational input, you know, and these are some of the things that we want to make this art form, and that's why we had the word intellectual inserted there. Simply, that word will tell you and tell anybody what sort of lyrical content you should expect. And that word intellectual has renaissance in the minds of people about things that you can't go there with any song. We attempted to do the senior level this year. Unfortunately, because of a clash of dates and so on at the Skinner Park, we had to postpone it, and hoping we can do it for Carnival next year. And of course, I'll speak with the chairman again in relation to having Skinner Park be the venue for the senior category of this competition in Carnival next year. So we're working on that. I also want to use the opportunity to thank those who have come out in their busy schedule, school closed, but you are here today. How much can I say about our head table? You will hear from them shortly, but all of them is winners in their own right. So all of them are skillful, they've got knowledge about different aspects. And, you know, we can't thank the NCC, and in particular the chairman, for being with us in all our endeavors, even with the TASA, with the Chutney and everything else, senior and junior levels. And we want to work closely with the NCC in relation to moving forward with these competitions. And the competition is not only about competing, but the value that you would leave after you've gone, and we all have gone. You will leave that value. With modern technology, from 50 years from now, you can punch into YouTube and find your song. Your great-grandchildren will be able to see what you did, and so on. And that's the value with technology. Our speeches here, everything will be recorded. We have a system that we are recording everything here, and will be earmarked tomorrow, is it? Tomorrow it will be on YouTube and everything else, into the social media network. But remember, whatever you do at any moment of your life from now on, every second, is historical, because we wouldn't be able to retrieve those things. Through technology, we may be able to see it, and others throughout the world will be able to see it. So with those few words, we already started late, I can't talk too long. I want to say thank you very much, children. Thank you, parents. Thank you, teachers. And thank you, our head table, for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. We know in order for any organization to thrive, they must align themselves with other organizations that will further their cause. The Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Organization is one such organization that ensures that as creators, they earn the rights to their music and get the royalties that they deserve. Up next, I wish to welcome Mr. Aston Isaac, President, who will now welcome you.
Short enough? All right, good. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to say a pleasant good morning to the organizer and founder of this auspicious event. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters for his continued work in the creative arts as a practitioner as well as an administrator. I wish to thank Ms. Peters for her presence. I would have been working with Ms. Peters on previous occasions like these in programs, and Mr. Wendell Eversley for his contribution to the arts. I also would like to highlight the value of your presence here today. This is a junction, a critical junction in your growth and development as a creative. What this junction does, it validates the work that you would have put in prior to this particular day. It encourages you to seek to multiply that amount of work that you're putting in to achieve other milestones in your creative output. So while I acknowledge the head table, I acknowledge the participants and the recipients of awards here today. So please give yourselves a round of applause. As a practitioner of the arts myself, and I'm seeing faces here that I know I've written songs for and worked with over the years, I recognize that the consistency of your creative output is measured predominantly by your ability to reinvest in your creative work. Meaning, it's going to cost you money to prepare a song. It's going to cost you money to put on a presentation, and it's going to cost you money to be able to market your creative skill set. So I recognize that in Trinidad and Tobago, we had an issue with the way that the money is being collected on behalf of the creatives. And I think I saw Ms. Duncan shake her head. Most creatives and elders would know. I took it upon myself to work with Dr. Vijay and other stakeholders within the sector to create administrative reform of both the collection process, the identification of works that you create, the remuneration for such works, and the appropriate and timely distribution of that royalty. So that is being evidenced by the work that we have done in the intellectual property rights sphere. And it sounds like a big word, but I will break it down very simply. Intellectual property rights refers to the works created by an individual who is considered the rights holder or the rights owner. So everybody that sat down, if it was behind a coconut tree or a mango tree, and you write rati, 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 re, that output is your creative output. That belongs to you. Now, when that creative output is used in the public space, the persons or licensees who are using your works must pay to utilize your works. So you want to know, well, how do I get paid individually? Is it that they're sending a check for me individually? No. There are organizations registered by way of the Legal Affairs and the Intellectual Property Office in Trinidad and Tobago. They are called CMOs, or Collective Management Organizations. There are two in Trinidad and Tobago that I'm aware of that are robust. Firstly, one being us, TTCCO, Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Collection Organization, where we focus on the administration of your neighboring rights, and the other being CUT, Copyright Organization of Trinidad and Tobago, where their predominant and primary focus has been on the remuneration for the author and the composer. So in any creative work, you'd have an author or the writer, the composer, the person that makes the melody. That would fall under copyright, author, composer. And then you have the neighboring right, which is the producer and the musicians and the performers. So what you'd realize that a piece of work has several rights holders, each independently required to receive their rights for that piece of work. Now, why is this important? It is important because when you are able to protect your works and identify that this is in fact your works, you are able to exploit that work to create revenue to reinvest in your development. So dependency on competitions, or a dependency on sponsorship, or a dependency on external investment is removed when you are able to become independently financially sustainable as a creative. So we are talking about creatives being financially sustainable. The only way to achieve that is to ensure that your intellectual property is protected. Everybody's with me? I explain this like a classroom, eh? So I would like to encourage the parents who are promoting and supporting your young creatives to exceed their potential. And we've seen it with Aaron Duncan, where he started probably as young as this young lady in front of here. If it's 4 or 5, I'm not sure, mommy. You're a 5, oh, good. So congratulations. Is she your youngest participant? I think so. Oh, you see, well, good. So from that stage, you should be seeking to protect their creative output. Their performance on the stage is also a creative output. So even if they didn't write the song and it went by Joey Rivers, or we didn't produce the song because it went by somebody else, less than Paul, or we didn't do any other aspect of the production, the performer also has a right to collect on. So I encourage you to please visit our website at Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Collection Organization, ttcco.org, and have yourself be made aware on how you can protect the young creatives, and as well as the parents here who may write a song for the child to perform. You are also a creative and you deserve to be protected. We are in the business of protection, remuneration, and growth development in the creative sector. So I wish to encourage you to take a sobering thought to ensure that you reinvest in yourself and ensure that we can build together an ecosystem in our culture that will allow us to export our culture and create more revenue for the industry. I thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
No, I know we said school will have closed, but I just felt as if I sat in a classroom as a fellow educator myself when I heard Mr. Isaac give you all the mission of the Copyright Organization of Trinidad and Tobago, and I hope that all you would have heard this morning will propel you to register your children and their music with the COT organization. Both of them, right. So we know Dr. Ramlal Rai was the founder of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago in 1994. However, in order for him and his organization to execute functions, he must enlist a lot of stakeholders as well as persons to do so. Up next, I wish to welcome Mr. Wendell Eversley, coordinator of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago.
So thank you, Master of Ceremony. All protocol observed. I think we should give the children a round of applause, because this is your day. And today, I want to recognize royalty in the house. I mean royalty that you all get in distribution, what the president just spoke about, money, royalty in a different way. And I want to say to the former Minister of Culture, I want to say to the former Member of Parliament, I also want to say to the former President of the Unified Calypso Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to say to the current Chairman of NCC, Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, I want to single you out this afternoon. The reason, since I've been part and parcel of this organization, is the first chairman of the National Carnival Commission that ever gave us so much support and contribution. And I think we should give him a round of applause for that. And I think the children who always taking part every year, we have the Wages family. I watch a mother brought her children here every year from primary school level, taking part, move up to the junior. And today, we see one of her daughters moving on. We know we will miss her. And as the president said, it's the first time a sister and a brother won the competition in the junior and the senior category, the primary and the senior. And I want to say to these two young girls who I watch from primary school level to secondary school level, I know you will make Trinidad and Tobago proud. You have done your part in promoting the culture. When the chairman say we are mother of all carnival, we come like the Olympics. We have all categories. Because when you enter the Olympics, it have all categories. And we are the mother of carnival of Trinidad and Tobago. And you could not have given it a proper name, Chairman. Trinidad and Tobago, the mother of all carnival. We start here with chutney music, but chutney music of a different kind, intellectual. Because we don't want to have the chutney bacchanal, where you're abusing women, where you're only drinking rum. And that's all you're hearing. And we take chutney music to a different level. And when we come up with this creativity, we realize in order for we to achieve the level of chutney in Trinidad and Tobago, we have to start with the children. And that's why today I see a major chutney competition in Trinidad and Tobago where they get thousands of dollars each year. They realize that their product in which you nowhere, so they decide to take a pattern from us. So let us give ourselves a round of applause. And I want to say also recognize the grand family from Arima. The mother is here today. Grandmother is here today. I watch her bring her children through this category, all the way in Shogunas, where we have our preliminaries. And I watch them perform. And I watch the joy in parents. No father wrong, but the mothers are there. And they're giving their children encouragement. So I want to say to the grand family, I see you have younger ones following in the footsteps. I want to pay respect and contribution and tell you all thank you for making this part of the culture a successful one. And I want to look also Aaron Duncan. I call him the next Marshall Montano of Trinidad and Tobago. Because when I watched this guy first perform, just as how Marshall Montano performed years ago at the Queen's Park Savannah when he graced the big stage, and I see Marshall develop into being one of the greatest we have in Trinidad and Tobago and in the world. And today, I see Aaron Duncan no different. I see a humble boy. Now he's a teenager. Coming through this art form, performing at our function, and taking step by step. And he was not alone. His mother and his father walk all the way with him. And they're still walking all the way with him. And today, I'm proud to know that Aaron didn't just concentrate in calypso and soca, but he concentrated also in the chutney music. So I think we should give him a round of applause. And I cannot leave out is Caitlin Sultan. The other day, I was scrolling through Facebook. And while I was scrolling through Facebook, I see a live performance. She, Kenneth Sipasad, her father, and her younger sister. And it was for about an hour and a half. And when I listened to this child, because she's still in primary school, I think she's in standard 3. When I listened to her sing, and her sister backing her up with the dance. And when I listen to this young girl, how she's singing this chutney music in all different forms, I say, our culture is in good hands. And I want to make a plea in ending. Mr. Gypsy, if you give us some more money, I'll be happy. Because when I see the kind of performance these young people put out, oh gosh, boy, if I was the Minister of Finance, I'd have pumped money in all here. But I think we're in good hands, and I want each one of these children who are here tonight, children who are here today, going to receive the prize. All of you all are winners. And I want each one of you all, before you all leave here today, take a picture with Mr. Gypsy. This is part of our history. So that in years to come, you all will say, we sit down among the greatest in the... And in ending, I think we must play the tune after to tell those who are leaving us, Ms. Regis, who's moving on, her brother will still be here, and the rest, it will be an emotional time, because I know you will remember the days you performed at the Queen's Park Savannah, the big stage. I know God will take care of you all. God will guide you, protect you. Aaron Duncan, I know you will continue flying the flag of Trinidad and Tobago high on the international stage. And I want to thank you for taking time off and coming here today to show us the love and to let the younger one knows that they could reach where you reach. And I want to say to all those who will be remaining with us, continue making us proud. I remember, as the chairman said, we are the mother of all Carnival. And thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Eversley. I would have heard the emotion, commitment, and compassion in his address to us. But I'm sure this will not only rest with us today, but it will continue with us for generations to come. Now, I'm sure you all would have heard the phrase, heavy is the head who wears the crown. And this man wears a big crown. When you hear about NCC, you hear, we want more money, more funds, this ain't happening, that ain't going right. But Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, he does more, along with other stakeholders, than fund and fund carnival and carnival-related activities. One such thing is to preserve the cultural heritage of Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to carnival and make it sustainable and exportable. At this point in time, I would like to give Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, and I hope I'm making up for my FUPA earlier on, a hearty round of applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. King. And yes, you've made up for it. As a matter of fact, I took no offense whatsoever. So that was all right. President of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Vijay Ramlal Rai. Intellectual Property Rights President of the Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Organization, Mr. Easton Isaac. Coordinator of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Wendell Eversley. Curriculum Coordinator for the Visual and Performing Arts, Ministry of Education, Ms. Maslin Peters. The children performers who are here with us this morning, most importantly, or this afternoon. Past performer Aaron Duncan, and all other invited guests, parents, welcome. And thank you, we want to thank you for coming. It is my honor as chairman of the National Carnival Commission of Trinidad and Tobago, venue host and longtime intellectual chutney competition supporter, to welcome you to Carnival City. Just in case you didn't know, I want to let you know that you are in Carnival City. And we make no apology whatsoever for calling this place Carnival City and calling Trinidad and Tobago the home of Carnival. It's the greatest export we have out of Trinidad and Tobago. Only this morning I was watching Carnival in Germany. As we join in awarding this year's winners and in giving thanks for a successful competition, I hope that we are able to reminisce on the season that was. I hope that we are able to truly appreciate a season that came to pass after nearly 2 years away because of the pandemic. Specifically, for this year's competition, we saw some top-tier competitors across the board, and the unexpected crowning of a brother and sister combo in primary school and secondary school category, and I think they deserve another round of applause. It was definitely a season of surprises, and each surprise meant something positive for this competition's growth, its future, and the continued empowerment of our nation's youth. It was a season that fit well with the narrative of the mother of all carnival. And just in case we had any misconception or misunderstanding of what I meant by the mother of all carnival, let me say that it wasn't me who coined the phrase. Our former minister of, not national security, but our former attorney general who said it first. But what I meant when I say the mother of all carnival is that Trinidad and Tobago have spawned all the other carnivals of this type that we have around the world. And it's only a mother that can give birth to any child whatsoever, much more have so many children. And this is what I meant by mother of all Carnival. So please join me in a round of applause for all the hands that work so hard in bringing this year's competition to life, ladies and gentlemen, children all. Ladies and gentlemen, today is as much about giving thanks as it is about giving prizes. We at the National Carnival Commission are thankful to have worked alongside President DJ Ramlal and the National Chutney Foundation in doing our part to support. As you continue to keep this aspect of our culture strong, the National Carnival Commission will always be there as a committed ally in providing a welcome home for all things Carnival and all things Trinbago culture. I want to say a special thanks to the parents and guardians, fans and community for their ongoing support. The passion, commitment and energy that you bring to this competition set it apart from the rest. The vibes truly show, and we look forward in seeing it again right here at Carnival City for many, many more years to come. I recognize and thank Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gasby Dolly, Minister of Education, and the auspices of the Ministry of Education for their support and guidance. Special thanks to competition sponsors NLCB, Extra Food Limited, and their support as well. Finally, I want to thank this year's participants. As I look at your faces and think back on the season that was, more than ever, I am convinced that our culture is in the right place, in the right hands, in the right hearts, and in the right homes. If I could leave you with one simple piece of advice, it would be to use what you have achieved, what you have lived through, as encouragement to achieve even more in the future. Long after today's feelings and excitement have passed, you must stay hungry to achieve even more in every aspect of your life. Take from what you have earned here, what you have learned here, and keep building on yourselves. Build not just your singing and entertainment aspiration, but your academics, your professionalism, and personal life as well. This is how we can make it better. This is how we can make this competition better. This is how we can make this nation better. And I want to say best wishes to all and congratulations. We look forward to hosting you once again in 2024 when we would have the mother of all Carnival put on a spectacle for the world to say the same. We thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winston Peters. Now, if we look at our head table, we will see one queen among some kings. This queen represents the Ministry of Education, who understands the importance of the arts in the development of students, as well as the need for them to express their ideas, perceptions, and feelings. At this point in time, I wish to welcome Ms. Marceline Peters, the Curriculum Coordinator of the VAPA Unit of the Ministry of Education. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and to the head table, Dr. Vijay, President of the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going in time, Mr. Winston Peters, Chairman of NCC, Mr. Eversley, Coordinator of the NCFTT, Mr. Aston Isaac. Good presentation, intellectual property rights. He's the president of TNT Copyright Organization. I want to say good morning to the parents. I want to say good morning to my friend Agnes. I want to say good morning to the members of media who are here, and especially to the students and the performance of this intellectual National Carnival ChutneySoca Monarch competition. And as all our gentlemen at the head table would say, give yourselves a round of applause, please. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, I want to congratulate Dr. Rai. I want to congratulate you in always presenting a top-class show, a top-class performance of what you put out at the Queen's Park Savannah every year. I'm here representing, and I just want to congratulate you. It is the thrust of the ministry in latter days. The focus is on the visual and performing arts, and we have as our core, one of our core subject areas, the visual and performing arts in dance, drama, music, and art. And I'm here as a musician, and I am always well pleased, especially in the way the children and the students are well taught and how they perform. It is a demonstration of what is happening in our schools. I want to tell you there was a story that I heard this week about good soil, and when seed fall into good soil, what happens? When seed fall into good soil, nothing but fruitfulness can be produced. Are you all with me? And I want to tell you all that the cultural art form that has been demonstrated by these children, these students, demonstrate to us that is good soil that have been planted, these cultural seeds. We see it in Aaron. We see it in the brother and sister team. We see it in Miss Grant team and our teacher from Couva West. These are planters. These people plant into good soil, and it produces good fruit. So I don't expect anything else but the best from you. And as Mr. Peters has said, don't let this be where you're at and you say you have reached the pinnacle. I am going to be 60 years in March next year. You understand me? And I am still learning. You are now starting off. Don't ever think that you could never reach, that you reach already. There is always more. Mr. Peter spoke about being hungry for more. Always believe that you can do better. I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. Never believe that you have reached your pinnacle. Always strive to do your best. Be humble. You might get a lot of kudos. Well done. Oh, how I wish I could perform like that, singing like that, moving like that. There will be a lot of kudos that will come your way. But don't get too big-headed. Stay humble. And when you stay humble, that means you're allowing yourself to receive more. Are you hearing me today? Do not let yourself get to a place where you are not going to receive. God has blessed you. You heard Mr. Peters talk about this country birthing Carnival. I've been in a lot of places over the world, and it's our model that they use. We had to copyright that if it hasn't been done already. That is property. You go everywhere in the world, it is our carnival that they model. You hear me? Our steel pan that is birthed out of our cultural heritage. Good soil. The chutney, soca chutney art form, good soil. The calypso, good soil. I want to tell you, young people, you are from good soil. You are a member of the Trinidad and Tobago country, and you are good. Don't let anyone tell you different. Good soil, planted firmly. Take it and remember that. Don't let anyone tell you different. You are from good stock, born here, Trinidad and Tobago. Do not ever forget it. Everywhere in the world a Trinidadian or Tobagonian goes, we excel. They always ask, where are you from? And when you stand proud of, I'm from Trinidad, they see something. Don't you ever lose it. Know where you're from. I can never end any talk without doing what I do best. So listen to me. You see Mr. Gypsy Peters? In Point Fortin, West Secondary, I was the music teacher there. And every year, I always use one of his songs as my graduation theme. I'm sure you didn't know that. When they sang Little Black Boy, go to school and learn well. That was the chosen theme. Everything well done. So let me tell you, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Just give them a sense of pride to make it easier. So let the children's laughter remind of how it used to be. As I remember long ago, I never walked in anyone's shadow. So what I have achieved in life is because I believe I could fight no matter what they take from you. They can't take away your dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to you and you. You found the greatest love of all inside of you. Live. Be the best you can be. I thank you. God bless you.
Yes, let's give Miss Marcelin Peters a standing ovation, please. Well, I thought that was Whitney Houston reincarnated there. And I should say a better version, a Trini version of Whitney Houston. So, we are in that segment where I'm sure all of our performers are excited. We are about to distribute our special prizes in the primary school category. At this time, I kindly ask Mr. Aston Isaac to please grace us to present these prizes. Just a step forward. Yeah? We must mention that plaques were donated by the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts, the National Lotteries Control Board, the National Carnival Commission, and Extra Foods Limited. In addition to these, students will receive certificates for themselves as well as certificates for their schools, which were donated by Mohib Puwansi, Narish Timol, Keisha Khan Tuma, Carol Lutchman, Millennium Stars International, Mr. Wendell Eversley, Vidya Parson, and Anthony Batson. He's right there. He's right there. Right there. So, a house announcement. Performers, when you receive your trophies and envelopes, you are kindly asked to go to Miss Parson in the back, where you will sign. That's the lady waving to you dressed in black, where you will sign for receiving your vouchers as well as your certificates. So, the People's Choice Award goes to Caitlin Sultan. And let's keep the applause coming as we welcome Jah Majesty Charles for Most Original Melody. And Jah Majesty will not walk far as he will return to receive Best Lyrics. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Let's give our special prize winners a hearty round of applause. And now we will award our placements in the primary school categories, and kindly asking Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters. I'm kindly asking Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters to join us on stage, and I'd like to thank Mr. Aston Isaac for his duty this morning. Thank you. In fourth position, we have a young man from Orange Valley Government, Mr. Jaden Budu Singh. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
I want the world to know I love my chutney so I listen my chutney boy anywhere I go. When I is young can tell us and when I hear my chutney is real bacchanal.
So Jaden, could you kindness rejoin us to collect your certificate, one for yourself and for your school? And remember to go to the back to sign for receiving Your parent representative can go there with you. Third place in the primary school category, we have Anthony Bullock of Coover Anglican Primary.
Let us live in unity, let us live in harmony, let us live together for a brighter future. Say! Let us live together for a brighter future. Hey!
So we have a representative collecting on behalf of Anthony, third place winner of Coover Anglican Primary. Now I thought Anthony grew since school closed, but I realized it's a representative. Second place, representing Warrenville TIA Primary, we have Miss Caitlin Sultan. Let's keep the round of applause coming.
The children are too young to chutney. The children are too young to make you shake your waist. The children are too young to party. The children are too young to mash up the place. Shake.
And Caitlin will receive her certificates as well as her trophy. First place winner of the primary school category, Ja Majesty Charles, with his rendition, My Love for Curry.
Well, food she bring out, I was in a frenzy. Well, let me tell you one time, I well up my belly. But I fell in love instantly with that curry, the carrot. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It makes me really happy.
Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, we will now like to acknowledge you and your contribution to the Chutney Foundation, and Ms. Raghubal Singh will now present you with our token of appreciation. Thank you, Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters. Mr. Gypsy Peters now has to leave, so let's give him a round of applause, please. And that's why we talk about the importance of attending a function on time, as well as respecting the time of our specially invited guests, who are usually very busy persons who will take time to represent at different functions. At this time, we'll have a performance by Ja Majesty Charles, his winning rendition, My Love for Curry.
The first time I eat curry was the best thing in my mouth. Mommy had to make it every day. Otherwise, I'm going down south. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling? I went down to Paris to visit my nanny. I went down to Paris to visit my nanny. Well, food she bring out, I was in a frenzy. Well, food she bring out, I was in a frenzy. Well, let me tell you one time, I rail up my belly. But I fell in love instantly with that curry, duck and roti. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It make me the happiest boy. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It was the best thing I ever enjoyed. It tastes so yummy and of it. I eat with roti and curry body. Some aloo on top of it. Curry chicken, and finger licking. I eating up every last bit. If you never eat curry, then give it a try. If you never eat curry, then give it a try. It is the tastiest dish that I come to testify. It is the tastiest dish that I come to testify. It will hook you up for days. Don't say I didn't want you. So try it with caution, cause you want the daily too. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It make me the happiest boy. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It was the best thing I ever enjoyed. It tastes so yummy in my tummy. I can't get enough of it. I eat it with roti and curry body. Some aloo on top of it. Curry chicken, it's finger licking. I eating up every last bit. Curry! Nanny went back in the kitchen and she brought out some more food. Nanny went back in the kitchen and she brought out some more food. The table was real full and it was tasting very good. The table was real full and it was tasting very good. I tasted everything, but nothing could compare to that curry duck and roti that my daddy did prepare. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It made me the happiest boy. You see that curry? Oh yes, that curry. It was the best thing I ever enjoyed. It tastes so yummy in my tummy. I can't get enough of it. I eat it with roti and curry body. Some aloo on top of it. Curry chicken, it's finger licking. I eating up every last bit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you show me any child who don't like curry? Yes. Thank you, Your Majesty. And now we are moving on to the next category of prizes, special prizes in the secondary school. The People's Choice Award goes to Couva West Secondary, Miss Anushka Singh. I would like to ask Mr. Wendell Eversley to help present these prizes. Anushka will receive a certificate as well as a trophy for her participation. Yes, and of course, cash comes along with these prizes. Let's keep the applause coming as we welcome Dabra Batiste for the most original melody. And Dabra hails from St. Joseph Convent. Let's give her a round of applause. And the best lyrics in the secondary school category goes to Miss Anjanella Duncan Regis of Athens School of Education. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Eversley. At this time, you know we have to have a little performance to keep the chula hot. At this time, we are welcoming Caitlin Sultan.
you. I am Caitlin Sultan, and it's a pleasure to be here at this prize giving. I want to say congrats to all the contestants. You know, I was a contestant here too. I'm so grateful for my award, and I'm going to be doing the same song I sang in the same competition, Tell Them Already, and I hope you all enjoy. Caitlin Sultan. Everybody keep asking me why I never sing my chutney. Kamba Sundar Zivani gone, but all that he started, now I will carry on. Tell them that I'm ready, I come to give them chutney. Tell them the story my age, I'm ready for this stage. You tell me I'm too young to chutney. You tell me I'm too young to make it shake your waist. You tell me I'm too young to party. You tell me I'm too young to mash up the place. Shake it, go down. रंग दागे मोहनुआ निकल गए हो, रंग दागे मोहनुआ निकल गए हो, रंग दागे मोहनुआ. Wave up your hand to the youth them. Ever since I small daddy said that I will sing chutney one day. So now that the timing is here, listen to me, daddy, please have no fear. Tell them that I'm ready, I come to give them chutney. Tell them to study my age, I'm ready for this stage. You tell me I'm too young to chutney. You tell me I'm too young to make it shake your waist. You tell me I'm too young to party. You tell me I'm too young to mash up the place. Shake it, go down. Shake it, baby, shake it, and go down to the ground. Shake it, baby, shake it, and go down to the ground. Shake up your whole body and jump it all around. Now they want me sing all over in Trinidad and in Guyana. Anywhere it is that I go, they calling for me now to mash up the show. Tell them that I'm ready, I come to give them chutney. Tell them to study my age, I'm ready for this stage. You tell me I'm too young to chutney. You tell me I'm too young to make it shake your waist. You tell me I'm too young to party. You tell me I'm too young to mash up the place. Shake it, go down. Oh, Bangali Babu, oh, Gayana Babu. I am the very best at Guyanese Babu. I am the very best at Trinidad Babu. Tell them that I'm ready, I come to give them chutney. Tell them to study my age, I'm ready for this stage. You tell me I'm too young to chutney. You tell me I'm too young to make it shake your waist. You tell me I'm too young to party. You tell me I'm too young to mash up the place. Let us support the youth and them. Wave up your hand for the youth them. Let us support the youth and them. Thank you.
Now I say the chula hot, but I think the tower hotter. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Yes, so we are about to distribute our placement prizes, collecting on behalf of Aditya. We have Mandita Punwasi. Look, let's welcome him. And I'm calling Aaron Duncan to assist with the prize giving at this point in time.
Since I young, I just want to sing my song, All who say I too young, they can never hold me down.
And yes, Mr. Punwasi's hands will be full because he will also be collecting on behalf of the 8th place winner, Mr. Nyron Walker of Sangre Grande Secondary School.
Corona, y'all, I don't want you. I don't want you. Y'all, you in trouble. You in trouble. Corona, y'all, I don't want you.
And in our competition, yes, we had persons representing our sister isle, Tobago. Our 7th place winner hails from Mason Hall Secondary, Grace Welch. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Mason Hall to Whitehall, all my friends and my family who lift up their heads and be very proud of.
Please remember to go to the back to sign the vouchers. Thank you very much, Aaron. At this time, I'm calling our Trini Whitney Houston, Miss Marcelin Peters, to present the following prizes. The 6th place winner was Lanisha Gibson of Marabella South Secondary School. Collecting on her behalf is Mr. Fortuny.
So I really heard that since 2020, the man I said had no school to catch us me. The pandemic come and had me so down, but my love for chutney was still going strong.
Please remember to sign for the vouchers at the back. 5th place goes to Anushka Singh of Couva West Secondary.
Children free to play in the streets. Hopscotch and moral no longer treat. The bandit just turn up with his gun, spraying bullets, killing all we for it.
Let's keep the applause coming. I know we are a little tired and maybe hungry, but let's give them a round of applause, please. And the 4th prize goes to Shala Zakia Grant of Arima. Yes, she's homeschooled.
We are one nation under the moon and sun, so let's live in harmony. We are one people in one big circle of life. Take a look and see.
Thank you, Ms. Peters. You know, when the results is about to be called, we say the air is rare. So we have come to that rare air, and I'm kindly asking Dr. Vijay Ramlal to please come to the stage. The 3rd place prize goes to Jada Celestine of Holy Name Convent, Point Fortin.
COVID-19 took the whole world by storm, leaving friends and family and millions to mourn. It disrupted our learning through the close of schools, forcing us to adapt.
second place, Dabria Batiste of St. Joseph Convent, San Fernando. Remember to sign for your vouchers at the back.
Last night up in David, me and me mommy went to buy a doubles, I was feeling hungry.
Could members of the head table please join Dr. Vijay Ramlal as we present the first place prize for the secondary school category. Can Anjanella please join us on stage? And let's give our first place winner a hearty round of applause, Anjanella Duncan Regis of Athens School of Education.
Come, let me celebrate the mother of Carnival. We locked down for 2 years, so it's real bacchanal. So many people come down in Trinidad. Everybody miss you, the mother of Carnival.
So many things, our hands are full. Yes, and we said history was created this year, 2023, where we had siblings winning both primary and secondary school categories. And that's part of good soil. Good soil. All of us here today are part of good soil. So we know since the COVID, many of us would have gained a little weight and we're trying to lose it, and exercise is great for us. So I wish to call Miss Marceline Peters. Yes, you're taking steps today. You're squatting, stepping as you return to the stage to collect a token of appreciation from the National Chutney Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, we must have a performance by our National Chutney Secondary School Monarch. Let's welcome Anjanella to the stage.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey! Ba-da-da-da-pam-pam. Come, let we celebrate the mother of Carnival. We locked down for too long, so it's real bacchanal. So many people come down to Trinidad. Everybody miss you, the mother of Carnival. 2 years we waiting to come out and to play. Miss the festival so much, it's time to
all the costumes on display. Bring the old mask, cause it's carnival again. Come, let we celebrate the mother of carnival. We locked down for too long, says Israel Bacchanal. Thousands of people come down to Trinidad. Everybody loves you, the mother of carnival. Hey! Ba-da-da-da, pam pam. I'm waiting for my son Juve. Messi soca party and the masquerade. 2 years we waiting for Monday and Tuesday. Messi festival so much it's time to dengole. So put a flag in your hand like if your first time. It's no limitation now, so let we bust a line. Come, let we celebrate the mother of carnival. We locked down for so long, says Israel Bacchanal. Hundreds of people come down to Trinidad. We always adore you, the mother of carnival. Whee! Ba-da-da-da, pam pam. Now is the time to come and celebrate. We going all the fete and party in all day. Now is the time to come and celebrate. We going all the fete and party in all day. So come down and see everybody on display. Everybody jump up, it's carnival again. Come, let we celebrate the mother of carnival. We locked up for so long, say cast up we attack. So many people come out to Trinidad. We always love you, the mother of carnival. I, the mother of carnival, come to rule the festival. So come with me, let us celebrate this annual festival. Let me go. Yeah, man. Right. Hey! Ba-da-da-da, pam pam. Whee! Come, let we celebrate the mother of carnival. We locked up for 2 years, Israel Bacchanal. So many people come down to Trinidad. Everybody loves you, the mother of carnival. Everybody adore you, the mother of carnival. We always love you, the mother of carnival. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, judges. Thank you.
What a fitting way to end our performances as we celebrate the Mother of Carnival 2023. Seated with us today, we have the first winner of the National ChutneySoca Monarch competition, Mr. Anthony Batson. Let's give him a round of applause. And Mr. Batson, yes, we have work for everyone here today. Could you kindly join us on stage as we present some certificates of appreciation? Could Mr. Mohib Punwasi join us on stage? Let's give him a round of applause. We must continue to have an attitude of gratitude. Mr. Batson, please don't leave us. We have work for you to do. Ms. Keisha Kantuma. Ms. Carol Lutchman. Millennium Stars International, Mr. Wendell Eversley, Miss Vidya Parson, Now, we cannot have Mr. Batson present his certificate to himself, so I'm asking Mr. Astanizer to join him on stage. Himself to himself. And for all great things, we must give thanks. At this time, I'm asking Ms. Agnes Raghubar Singh to give us a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I must say thank to every one of you who participated in the 2023 Intellectual ChutneySoca competition. I want to thank Ms. Peters, Maslin Peters, my good friend too now, for giving us the encouragement and keep pushing us. I want to thank all the students who participated and their parents, and also the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Tourism and Culture and the Arts, the National Lotteries Control Board, the Chutney Foundation, National Carnival Commission, Trinidad and Tobago Copyright Collection Organization, the Judges Association, Chaguanas Borough Corporation, and Extra Foods Limited. Now, all these names I call here, not everybody contributed financially here, please. It's just for their support, which we all appreciated. And to Ms. Keisha King, who we met a few months ago, which is very helpful and supportive with us. And I want to remind you all students that next year, 2024 competition will be taking place on the 7th of February at the Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah. So you all have enough time, to start creating and getting set for next year, the 7th of February, 2024 at the Grandstand. And this time, please, we don't want students coming late. Time is important, and as the executive people who is tied up with their own work, make the extra effort to come here, to be here on time. So we hope next year that everything fall in place and we wouldn't have too much latecomers. Thanks again. Enjoy your holidays. All the best. Take care.
Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.